Good morning, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Keeper Eric and Keeper Grace here. And right now this morning we've got Borealis, our red-tailed hawk, along with us. One of our beautiful ladies to show off to all the dads. Good looking bird. Borealis is a red-tailed hawk, and they are native to quite a bit of the United States. They're very common. If you're out driving and you see a bird on a telephone wire, like a raptor, or in a tree, especially in the winter, chances are it's one of these red-tailed hawks, just because they are so common. You probably see them in your backyard sometimes even, because they're just everywhere. Borealis is a rehabilitated bird. She was injured in the wild when she was very young. So you probably are looking at that left eye right now. That is non-existent. She injured that when she was very young, which was about 2003, 2004. That's how long she's been here. She was 1 or 2 at the time. She's about 15 or 16. And birds of prey have stereoscopic vision like we do, which means that they're seeing stuff they're using both eyes together, working together to see what's in front of them. So when we lose an eye, it's difficult, we adjust. But because these birds are flying and they're trying to catch prey, which sometimes is very small, and they're trying to see it at a far distance, it's very difficult for them to survive with just one eye. They can't catch prey, they might run into something. So if they're hurt and we bring them into a rehabilitator to get them fixed up, they just can't go back out in the wild when they have an injury that bad. And her injury, as she's gotten older, that eye inside is kind of atrophied and shrunk down, which is why she's got a little bit of a cavity there. Can we get your other eye? There's the good eye. Hawks are birds of prey like owls. Owls are kind of the extreme, but if you look at a skull, most of that skull is taken up by eye socket. So there's not a lot of brain in there. So birds of prey aren't very smart. Owls seem to be not as smart as even eagles and hawks. But birds of prey,
I call them very simplistic creatures.
You can train them to do things. You can train them to fly on a glove and things like that. But you're not going to train them the way you train a parrot or a crow. Those birds have much larger brains. They're built for being up in the sky, seeing something down below, swooping down, grabbing it, and eating it. That's kind of what red-tailed hawks do. They love to eat little furry things on the ground, especially rabbits and squirrels and things like that. They would probably take a mouse or something if they could catch it, but they're big enough that catching something that small is probably too hard. So they're going to go for rabbits, squirrels, things like that. So if you're a farmer or a gardener and you've got a lot of rabbits in your yard, these birds are really great to have around. They'll keep the rabbit population down, which will destroy your vegetables and things like that.
We've gotten lots of Happy Father's Day Erics for you.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Sarah would like to know, how long do red-tailed hawks live?
They can live quite a while. They can live 40 to 50 years. So let's see, we decided she was about 16. So she's got quite a ways to go.
Yeah.
She's still very young. She could be here at the zoo for another 30 years potentially.
Right.
Unless we can find another home for her somewhere.
Jackson, age 7, would like to know how fast these guys can fly, whether our pair or hawks in the wild.
Our pair cannot fly very fast because they're rehabilitated birds. They can fly faster than I can walk, I will tell you that. So if I need to try to grab one and put it on the glove for some reason and they fly away, they can definitely fly faster than I can walk to get them. I don't know how fast they fly in the wild. I will have to look that up. We kind of made the decision to do these guys at the last minute, and I didn't get a chance to look it up. So yeah. I will try to look that up and get back to you, Jackson.
Angela would like to know, are these hawks nocturnal as well?
No, these guys are very diurnal, which means active during the day. So this time of day, they are going to be out hunting and seeing what they can find to eat. What you doing?
You don't like that phone that close to you? I'll back up.
So at night, these guys are going to sleep. They have big eyes, but they don't have those big owl eyes. So now that she's facing away from me, you can't see it.
Right.
But
I know, I was trying to get her other eye.
they're built more for keeping the light out of their eyes than bringing it in like an owl's eye would be.
Pam would like to know, is she, well, now that she just closed her beak, when she has her mouth open, is she cooling off?
She could be. It could also be stress related. We haven't had her out on the glove in a few months. So, and then we've got the camera and I'm sitting here talking. So it's not something she's been used to. So it could be a sort of panting that she is doing, or it could be that she's sort of stressed out a little bit.
Yeah. Combination thereof. It is kind of hot and muggy here today.
Yeah, it definitely could be cooling down.
Caitlin is asking, how much does she weigh?
Oh, goodness.
We haven't weighed her in a minute.
No,
We haven't probably weighed her since she got her West Nile vaccine.
We tried to.
Oh, no, yeah. She was the one that squirmed out of the bird burrito wrap.
We were in a hurry, and every year our birds of prey, our chickens, who else gets the West Nile?
Birds of prey, chickens, Henry.
Yeah, they all get a West Nile vaccine every year to keep them from contracting it from the mosquitoes that are everywhere. And that's when we try to do any of the other medical stuff that we might need. So we weigh them if they need their nails trimmed or their beaks trimmed.
We try to do it all at once to lessen the stress, the birds that we don't have in hand all the time.
We were in a hurry this year because it wasn't a normal year. We were kind of short-staffed. So when she wiggled out of our little
We have it's like a big Velcro canvas wrap that we wrap around the birds to keep their wings in, to kind of immobilize them, to put them on the scale.
So if you really want to immobilize a bird, you need a hood which covers their eyes. And once their eyes are covered, generally they relax and you can do a little bit more with them. But because we were in a hurry, we didn't want to take the time to put the hood on. We wanted to hurry up and get them their shot. And she just wiggled out, and we didn't get a good weight on her this year.
Yeah,
I think
they don't.
4 pounds.
Yeah, they don't weigh a whole lot.
They're only like 2.5
kilograms.
kilograms.
And the fun fact about birds of prey as well is that females are larger than male. Where did the male go? Oh, he moved to the back. So I don't know if we can tell from here.
We'll have to hold them up next to each other.
We'd have to hold them up next to each other. The male is sitting in back. When they're sitting next to each other, you can clearly see that he is smaller than our female.
Yeah, so remember, in most in all birds lay eggs.
Oh, he would sit behind the post.
In all birds, the female is laying an egg.
Oh, here, he's calling. Can you hear him? Oh, now he stops. He's being camera shy.
So laying an egg takes a lot of energy and a lot of food to produce. And so the females are bigger because it just takes so much more. The males don't need to be that big. They're just producing a little bit of sperm. And so the male and the female can live in a smaller range if they can eat different sized prey. So she's going to eat a little bit bigger rabbits, a little bit bigger squirrels. Maybe he, with his size, would take something more like a vole or a rat or something like that. So they can coexist and not take up as much space and eat so much prey.
Yeah. Oh, Craig Cook looked it up for us.
Oh,
they can fly 20 to 40 miles per hour.
So that's probably flying. And then when they go to catch prey,
right,
that probably
they can probably
shoots up. It's called stooping when they see prey and they
kind of dive down to the ground to ambush it.
So that probably goes up to more like 100 miles an hour.
Becca asked, what kind of enrichment do we give our hawks or birds of prey in general?
I have tried different things at various points in time, and I think there's a little bit of a combination of things going on. Number one is that they're not very smart, so you're not going to give them a toy that they play with a whole lot. Number two is I don't think they're used to enrichment. So we'll put stuff in, and they don't know what to do with it, and they just leave it. I've tried stuff with the eagles that I've seen other eagles do, and ours just ignore
Don't care for it.
So
I think it depends on the bird of prey. It depends on the personality of the bird. I think I posted a video of our turkey vulture 2 weeks ago, last week. I hid her quail, her prey items in a box. And now I do that quite often, so she's learned, she's picked up on that whenever I give her a box. There's usually snacks inside. So she really likes tearing apart things like that. But
these guys,
I think it totally depends on the bird.
We've tried to hide their food, and they just leave
don't
it
eat.
sit. And then, so what we don't want to do is just not give them their food for a day, which is essentially what happens.
Or waste rats or whatever we're feeding them.
Exactly.
And then I just have to pick up fly covered rat the next day. Maribel missed their lifespan.
I'd say 40 to 50 years in this species, in captivity.
Pam asked, are all female birds of prey larger than males? I think there's a couple exceptions, but I think for the most part.
Yeah, I'd have to.
I'd have to look it up what species there are, but
there are probably some that are the same size.
Yeah.
But
I think for most hawk species, most eagle species, a lot of owl species.
Yeah, and there's.
I think that's how it works.
There's always going to be exceptions.
Right. Just like humans, you have little males or Amazonian-sized females.
And if there's someplace like, maybe the harpy eagles that live in the jungles of Central and South America. I don't know which is bigger, but it's possible that. Here.
I'll also add, I think it depends on where the bird is found. Right. For example, like I think our pair of bald eagles that we have here, they came from Alaska. And so they are larger than bald eagles that we would have here in in the Midwest.
Right. In general, the further north you go, the bigger the animal gets within the same species. So deer from Michigan are going to be bigger than deer from Texas.
Yeah.
And that's how in Florida you get those little tiny key deer.
Yeah.
Because it's warmer. They don't need to be as big.
My mom asked if they are monogamous.
They generally are monogamous. They will mate in their pair. Their pair will stay together. But I believe if you disrupt that pair for some reason, they will mate with another one.
Yeah, they'll find a new mate. Can you guys hear the male? He keeps calling now.
Yeah. Remember, we've talked about it multiple times, but anytime you see an eagle, almost anytime,
that's the eagle.
When you see an eagle calling on TV, a lot of times they replace it with a red-tailed hawk call.
Yeah.
Because I guess people don't think that inspires.
Yeah, the eagle chirp. For our late showers, can you say this is our female and what her name is again?
Our female is Borealis. She's about 16 years old or so. And then on exhibit is the male. His name is Cheyenne. And he came in 07 or 08. He was about 1, so that makes him 13, 14, somewhere in that range. In fact, when he came, he had not fully developed his adult plumage, and he was not full size, so we thought he was a girl for a while. So put the name Cheyenne, and then
just stuck.
Yeah, that's a good enough bully hawk name. I wouldn't name my son Cheyenne necessarily.
I think it could go either way. Pam asked, do they both have their full wingspan?
Yes, they do. Neither one has had any of their wings removed. Now, when Borealis came because of her eye issue, Cheyenne came because he was hurt in the wild and wouldn't fly. And so when he was healed, we had a falconer that used to volunteer here take him home and get ready to try to get him ready to fly again, and he wouldn't fly. And kept trying, and it wouldn't work, so we got permission to keep him from the government. And then as soon as we put him in the cage, he started flying around. So could he survive on his own in the wild? Potentially, but knowing that he didn't fly well, we're going to keep him here.
Yeah.
You want to see? Can you spread your wings? So That's wingspan's what, about 4 feet?
Yeah.
Something like
All right, shall we draw a name? I'll try to. Do you think you can draw a name, or do you want me to do
that.
it?
I can draw.
Sorry, I'm like multitasking. Hold on, I took some of the names out when I took the necklace out. Okay.
All right.
Oh.
All right. Who is it today?
You got
Today
it?
We have Ian Sailor.
Ian Sailor.
So
All right.
send
So
us your
Ian Sailor, if you're
address.
watching, I have 2 options here actually. I have the reticulated python necklace, and I also grabbed, it's a bookmark with the reticulated python shed in it. So I'll let you pick. All right. So if you're watching, Ian, let us know.
Yeah. And we are getting ready to open on Friday. Everybody's super excited. So starting tomorrow morning,
Crap, this is wigging her out. My bucket was rolling back and forth and it was wigging her out.
starting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., you can call and make reservations to come visit the zoo starting Friday if you're a member. Friday through Sunday is members only. Starting Monday, the
29th.
29th, the general public can
Can
get their
visit.
tickets.
Yeah.
So make sure you call, and you're gonna have to have a reservation before you come, and they're gonna fill up fast. So start calling. Don't call yet.
Tomorrow morning at 8.
8 a.m. You can start calling and get your reservations. And we're gonna have one-way traffic flow, so that you don't you're not going face to face with any other guests. We're gonna ask everyone to please wear masks, not only for the people, but because our animals can contract COVID as well. So we want to make sure everybody's protecting the animals. And let's see, there's something else I was going to say about. We're going to ask that you stick with your group when you come here. So just a couple of safety things. We want to make sure everyone comes, has a great time, but also stays safe.
Yep.
So because we're getting ready to open, there's a lot for us to do. We don't have a set schedule as of right now when we're doing our lives. So we'll try to figure out what we're doing. We'll get one out to you, and just kind of keep watching Facebook to see when we're going to be on next. We'll give you a little warning.
Yep.
And if you miss any of them, remember you can go
We'll
to
save
our
them,
YouTube
post them.
channel.
Yes.
Well.
Oh yeah, YouTube.
YouTube.com/MidwayPark to watch that. So thanks for tuning in. Happy Father's Day, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.